What's going on, YouTube fam? Mikey here, shooting another high adventure video. Guys, today I am going to be showing off my latest invention. I call it the Craw Claw. What I've done is I've taken that little grabber that I found right in this river on another video. In fact, I'll put a link to it right up here and a link in the description below to that video. And I've taken bits of wire, drilled holes in each part of the claw, and added wire clawing, and now we have the Craw Claw. I was gonna call it White Claw because I made all the claws white, but then I figured I'd probably have a bunch of college girls coming out of the woods asking if I had White Claw on me. So it is called the Craw Claw. Let's go see if it works. Let's go get some Crawdads.
Here's a little bit better look at the Craw Claw underwater action there. Guys, I am just not ready for summer to be over with quite yet. I mean, I'm as big a fall fan as the next person. I just don't know why. I'm just not ready to be buried in pumpkin spice just yet. But alas, fall is upon us. In fact, this was close to the first day of fall when I shot this video. You can see these Crawdads hanging out on the bottom, just hanging out, not under rocks. That's how I like catching them. This, of course, makes it easy. There's a dead trout on the bottom with no tail. Don't know how that happened, but these Crawdads are hanging out. They found him, so they're going to be nibbling on that, and that makes my job easier for catching them. This claw is super fun to use. Now, this guy gets away, but look at that. Just snatch him right out of the water there. That's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying the way this thing works. Like I said, I could use a few more. I think I can make the claw portion bigger. Because and add more teeth to it, because trying to grab onto those shells are already pretty slickery, as you can see right there, but just kind of having, if I added more jaws to this thing, I think it would make it way more effective. Plus, it makes it real easy because when I'm swimming in areas and fighting that current, it takes about 5-6 feet off of how deep I have to dive when I'm catching them by hand. So now I can just extend that claw down. There's that piece of meat again. He's hanging on. It's like, I'm taking it with me if I've got to go today. Yeah, that's definitely looks like a rainbow trout. He got away, but this is him right here. I found him again, so just snatched him right up. So you can see that's pretty dang effective. I am enjoying it. And like I was saying, it takes about 5-6 feet off of how deep I have to dive. So then I'm not using as much energy. I'm not fighting this current as much. And then I can just extend that claw down. I might have to patent this bad boy. Maybe make it up, have a good design, make the claws a little more bulky, and then this is how I'm doing it, just sliding them right into my bag right there. Kind of like how they catch lobster. I mean, you see them, they slip that little rope around the lobster, and then they just pop them right in their little lobster bag. And these are just mini freshwater lobster, man. Just grabbing them, popping them right in the bag, just easy peasy. That guy almost got away. But you can see kind of right here how fast that current is. I'm working against that current definitely is a little bit difficult. Swimming, trying to catch crawdads, and working against the current all in one fell swoop. But having this claw, man, makes it easy. And it makes it easy when these craws are out like this and I don't have to go down and flip over rocks. So definitely a fun time in the river. And just super effective. I am definitely going to make some modifications over the winter to this bad boy, and we're gonna get this going for 2020 and the summertime, and we are going to have a blast with the new and improved maybe Craw Claw 2.0. I need to get somebody on board with this. As you can see there, just traps them in those jaws and just makes it so much fun. It's just really a kind of a fun thing to do. Just a fun time in the river with the claw, popping them right in my bag there. I've got a nice bag full. I think I'll show you guys here in a second. Another one. It's easy to find these craws when they're out like that too, just sitting on top. And it is because it's towards the end of the season, the water's warmer, so I think they're feeding. Actually, I don't know what they're doing. I assume they're feeding before they're getting ready to burrow for the winter time. But I always, about this time of year, it seems like they're just out and about, and you can pick them up like that, just like candy. There's a nice little spinner there we'll add to the tackle box. I can't tell you how many of those I found this summer. Nice little bag there. The Craw Claw worked, not too shabby for the maiden voyage.
Guys, that was pretty sweet. That little claw actually worked out pretty well. I could actually use some more teeth in it because I need something to grip those crawdads more because they're pretty slippery, those shells are. So I might actually add some more teeth to that, but for the maiden voyage, I was pretty jacked. Now, I have some water boiling up right here. I've got a nice fair amount of crawdads in my net. And so we're gonna boil these crawdads up first to start with. Then I'm gonna shuck them. And then we are going to take the meat and we're gonna cook it in a lemon butter sauce. So we just gotta wait for this water to boil. So a couple things I'm gonna be adding to this water to give those crawdads a good spice. I've got some Zatarain's liquid boil seasoning, I should say. Take that off. We're gonna pour a good amount in there because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spice it up, spice the meat up, and then I'm gonna kind of offset it by the lemon butter sauce that I'm gonna finish cooking the crawdads in. Then we'll also add a little Team Weber New Orleans Cajun seasoning. Actually, we're gonna add quite a bit of this. We're gonna take these crawdads to Flavor Town. That ought to do it. Sweet, we've got our cauldron of spices brought to a boil. Now we are going to just go ahead and dump all those crawdads right in. But hold on to this pot and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And that, so hot it kills them instantly. So I've had some people ask me, isn't that kind of inhumane to dump them in a big boiling pot of water? That is actually the most humane way to kill crawdads because you hit water that's boiling, you're pretty much dead immediately, especially something that small. Now we'll just go ahead and stir them around a little bit and let them soak in all those spices. All right, guys, crawdads have been cooking up. Let me show you what we got going on. Look at that nice red color. That's exactly what we're after. Nice and spicy going on there. Got my big cauldron, my witch's brew, right here on the river. But these guys are about done. Let's go ahead and pull them off, and we'll go ahead and get them all cleaned out. All right, guys, got a nice bowl of crawdad meat here. Let's give a tail a try. Nice piece of meat right there. Ooh. Yeah, guys, that's definitely got some spice to it. Definitely picked up the flavoring in that water. That should be perfect because now let's go get our lemon butter sauce cooking and we'll saute these up the rest of the way in it. All right, let's start with a little butter first, or a lot of butter. Usually it's a lot of butter. If you've watched my videos, you know it's a lot of butter. Now that we got our butter melted down, we're gonna add some lemon wedges. Just 4 of them. Move those around in there a little bit. Go ahead and add some salt as well. And a little bit of garlic powder. Just sprinkle it over everything. So we got basically like a lemon, garlic lemon butter sauce. Now let's go ahead and add all that crawdad in there. Go ahead and mix all that in. Look at that, guys. It smells super good. We're gonna just add a little more salt over everything. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and do just a touch of pepper too. Look at that, guys. I just turned the heat off. That is ready to eat. Just cooked it for about a couple of minutes. That's all it needed. Just enough to get some of that lemon and butter and garlic all over it. All right, gang, check it out. Perhaps the last crawdad cook for 2019. I reserve the right to change my mind though, because if the weather turns, it's supposed to get like into the 60s this week. So if the weather turns and it gets warm again, I'm gonna be right back in the river. But here we go. Look at that, just nice buttery goodness. Cooked to perfection, absolutely cooked to perfection. I can still get a hint of that super spicy Zatarain's Cajun spice that I put in there, that liquid stuff. But the butter and the lemon really balance it out, so it's not uber spicy. Basically, it's like a crawdad scampi. Instead of shrimp scampi, crawdad scampi. Definitely a little time and effort went into this, but well worth it. That right there, guys, is a fork of summer.
if you have crawdads in your area, you have to give this recipe a try. Delicious. YouTube fam, hope you guys enjoyed the recipe today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and just because summer's over doesn't mean the videos aren't. I've got a bunch of crazy recipes coming up. I'll be thinking of some for sure. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.